Thank you for joining me on the Endless Mountain Network. My name is Derek. Now, I did a video on Monday that was called They Have Lied to Us, and it's no secret in my opinion that they have lied to us. I said in that video that they've been using the lower frequency when you're in fear, or the lower vibration. That frequency is the tendency to lie, and the opposite law of polarity, higher frequency, higher vibration, well, the opposite of lying is telling the truth. So there's been a lot of lies, and it's to be expected there's going to be more lies, but one thing that I did mention was colony collapse disorder. I first found out about CCD on Halloween of 2007. That was a day when Ian Crossland, who's a YouTuber, made a video called Synchronization, and did he ever show his passion on that particular video. Still one of my favorite videos that I have. And he was mentioning about colony collapse disorder, how the bees are dying, and a very serious issue. He was right, and I didn't know at that time the bees were dying. I never heard. It's not like the media really goes out and talks to us about it. So I found out about colony collapse disorder because I was concerned on the situation. I checked many web pages and many videos regarding the situation, and it seemed that a big reason why the bees were dying was because of reasons like the pesticides that were given to them, nicotinoids. It's like giving them nicotine. I guess it's like giving them cigarettes, if you will, which has destroyed them. Of course, having bees travel from location to location, they say could be adding stress for the bees. They're even talking about cell phones possibly damaging the bees. There's a lot of big reasons, and at the time they were saying that they're going to do some research and figure this out. So I'm thinking, okay, that's fine. So obviously we're going to find out more then, aren't we? No, there has not been much on since then. I got an email or a message on my video that I did yesterday from WHTMT and Border, who gave me some very good information about CCD. He was talking about how there were genetically modified crops, which make up like 90% of US crops, and it's mostly made from the company Monsanto, who has this product called Roundup Weed Killer, and they have like a lot of regulations and stuff. They're doing a lot of loopholes, if you will, to beat the system so they can make money. He mentioned a movie, A World According to Monsanto. I did watch it last night. I will, however, admit that it was very hard for me to follow. Extremely hard, and it's usually not my kind of subject, but because I'm concerned about the situation, I wanted to see what it was talking about. And it does seem as if what they're putting on it has been for the uses of making money and for the usage of, like, for example, you have like an apple, and you have, say, an apple tree which has like 200 apples. Well, you're going to have animals that are going to be putting like eating out of it, if you will, because I mean, it's not, the apples are not just for us humans. The food that we grow is for the whole animal kingdom. But it seems as if the world we don't love other animals like we should. I think higher evolved beings, and when we become higher evolved beings, we will, because we can't even love ourselves and others like we should be able to overall. But nonetheless, we're making all these stuff so other animals don't eat from it, yet we are spraying these foods with chemicals. Once again, natural is the way, so we may have to pick out a little bit of the apple, or some of the apples are just going to be gone. There's an apple tree back here. I just sometimes take it, I just throw it away, I just throw it in the woods somewhere. Some animal will get it, and I know that, so that's exactly why I do it. And anyway, going on with the colony collapse disorder, I was basically saying how it seems though the government is trying to hide the issue, because it was October of 07 into November of 07 when I first found out about CCD, and there hasn't been that much information about it since. I did a YouTube search yesterday for colony collapse disorder. First of all, if you just type in on YouTube, at least on my end, if I type in colony, there is no, you can't even see the word colony collapse disorder. Usually if you type a few letters in for what you want, what you're looking for will come up and you can just click on it. You can't do that with colony collapse disorder. And when I did a search for it, on the main page, there was only one video. that was under a half a year old. The rest were like mostly about a year old. So that was an area for concern there. I searched it by date added, and there was the oldest one on the very bottom was 3 weeks old on date added. So there's not that many new videos on. I then went ahead on Wikipedia and read the entry for colony collapse disorder. The 75 footnotes that they had, all of them but 2 were from the year 2007 and earlier. So what I'm saying is all of their research is very old research. They have not found the information, or they're not revealing the information to us. And quite frankly, that is not acceptable as far as from my standpoint, because as far as the bees are concerned, it is very important. So I ask you, if it is cell phones, and I'm not saying it is, I'm not saying it isn't. I'm just saying that it's a possibility, and I wish I could tell you if it was or wasn't, but I haven't been getting the research. But if cell phones are the problem, what's more important to you? And a cell phone to be able to talk to your friends and family, which is ultimately going to lead to only a short term left as far as the bees. Is it more important for you to talk on the phone, or is it more important for the bees to stay alive for along future generations? That is something I ask you. And like I say, I'm not saying that it's phones that do it or not, and maybe of all these reasons, maybe it's a bunch of different reasons. They were even saying on Wikipedia that it was poor nutrition and malnutrition that they're having. Well, we're not giving them natural food. For millions and millions of years, bees have done their natural things. They are natural instinctive animals. And because we have genetically modified everything, it has made this problem even worse. And it sounds like instead of trying to talk about saving the bees now, they're trying to talk about other ways of pollinating things, where if we do destroy the bees, that's all we can do, is try to find other ways of pollination, because I'm not too sure exactly what the world is going to be like without bees. Mr. Albert Einstein said that if the bees are gone off the earth, we have like 4 years to live. So I mean, I don't know if Einstein was ever said that, but it did make sense to me, because the reason why I was so concerned about the bees was because it made a lot of sense to me that without them, what can we do? Because bees are like an integral part of the jigsaw puzzle for vegetation, in my opinion. So, I mean, agriculture is going to go through a rough time now. A lot of this is due to the 2012 shift that is going on in consciousness. And this, to me, is something that needs more addressing, in my opinion, because I don't know that much about it. I really don't, because there isn't that much information about it, and the government is doing a very good job, in my humble opinion, in trying to hide the situation. Thank you for watching this. Peace and light, and have yourself a magnificent day, everyone. Bye-bye.